All right, we are live. Welcome to Sweetcast Monday night live stream, just like the good old days. I actually have a lot prepared for this live stream, so I'm looking forward to it. I have found that live streaming is more fun for me when I have a plan, I have an agenda of things that I want to talk about. It makes it more fun. So, and actually, it's a variety too. Things I think it should be fun. So thanks for tuning in. So far, we have Jeremy Ice and Fire 33, brave indeed. That's right. Named this. I always have a moment. What do I name this stream? Brave New World feels like appropriate. So there we go. I got to tell you, it's kind of nuts. I don't know how it is in the rest of the country, but here in Utah, and I know that Tyler can attest to this. Hello, hey. It's been such an insane winter, so much snow this year compared to previous years, and like a lot. We've had a lot of snow. Now it is extremely hot today. It was like the high 80s. I think it was 88 degrees at one point today. And so there's a legit concern about flash flooding because of all of the snowpack in the mountains here. It's a really strange situation. I hope it cools down because I'm not. We had an extreme winter. I'm not ready for an extreme summer. I'd rather have it be cold, frankly. So feels right. Paul Riley's here. Hey, great to see you. Amy's Birdhouse, good evening. Great to see you as well. Few things. Great show, actually. I'm excited about this. Uh, the weather this year has been awful. I know everyone says we need the snow. It's a drought. I get that, but do we need flash floods? I don't know. I'm not on board with that. Um, all right. So we got a few things. I actually put together a video that I was going to post today, and I decided not to post it because I don't think it made for a good video format. But some of the stuff I wanted to talk about, I thought it'd actually make a good live stream format. Interesting how that happens. So I'm going to go over some of that. I actually got into Comic Vine to just look around. I used to go to Comic Vine often, like earlier when I was learning a lot more about comics to just see who certain creators were, what kind of work they had done, and I decided to get on there and look myself up. Is that weird? But I thought, am I a professional in comics? And in my opinion, if you look like a professional, you're a professional. Because most of the people working in comics, they've got a day job anyway. The whole thing is smoke and mirrors. So, but yeah, I don't have much on Comic Find, but there's something. So I want to get in there and try to edit a little bit. And I thought too, I could be adding to, if I can get in there and really make some edits, I could go add stuff for other creators I know. Because who else is going to do it? I'm not sure. Um, all right. The weather's been awful. Yeah, we had a pretty tame winter here is that Massachusetts? Only snowed like 2 times here. Yeah, there was enough snow here that it was just terrible. Hello, General Piggy. Salutations. Great to see you. All right. So, first things first, I'm actually going to do a little bit of a box opening here. I don't want to show you too much, but box in the mill. It could be a number of things. I've backed so many comic campaigns that it could be a number of things, but I'm pretty certain it's not a number of things. It's exactly what I think it is. So, as I have been getting into custom binding, and it's honestly changing. It's changing my life. It's been really fun just to kind of get into it and seeing the custom binds come back in and that they worked well. What I have here is what will be another custom bind, and part of that's because Nathan Edmondson is an interesting creator to me. Put that aside. He's an interesting creator to me, and that's because he kind of disappeared from off of the face of the world. And so, I liked his run on Black Widow. I got that bound just because I had the whole run, and everything I looked into said, well, his Punisher run is actually amazing. So that is, I think, what this is. And I almost think that it's the best size of format, which is 20 issues. I'm going to get into it. I have not read a single one of these, though. Just got to make sure that's what this is. Looks like the Punisher to me. So, yeah, I don't know where this starts. Let's see. I'm going to show you all the covers. That's issue 9. I think these are random. It's just a stack of comics. I'm always looking at the mailers that they use because that's interesting to me. There you go. There's one. Nathan Edmondson is a canceled writer. They said he was conservative or something. His thing was to write these kinds of espionage thrillers. And I guess he's done a lot of that. He's done some writing for television as well. I think I've seen a few of these covers, but just wanted to go over. We'll go over all of them real quick. I'm seeing the same tie you are. Oh, that's cool. The other thing too is that this run is supposedly going over, like, the Punisher goes to the Middle East to take out ISIS, basically, or whoever's beheading people with knives. Remember that when that was a thing that seemed to be happening all the time? So far, the covers are pretty cool. And I think it was Nerdrotic. Weaponized Nerd Rage that did. He did a video on this and said that this series was underrated. Here's the number one issue. Pretty cool. Other than that, I don't know a ton about it, but did I get two of the same? Oh, no, I just thought I grabbed another one. I didn't. It's another one. And another. Almost there. Captain America crossover. Here we go. Pretty cool. Anyway, it'll be interesting to check that out. The cool thing is you have a stack of comics, you get rid of the bags and boards, and things suddenly get a lot thinner. And so 20 issues is actually a really nice size book. All right. So that was the first step. Usually you get hammered. Not this year. Yeah, it was all for us this year. Boogiebot Comics. Hey, howdy, hey, hello. Eric Weathers is here. Hello. Back Downcast 4. Thank you, Eric. Really appreciate you spreading the word. Thank you, Amy's Birdhouse. Yeah, these look great. I'm pretty excited about it. I think it'll be fun. All right, let's share the screen. There we go. All right. Should I start here? Comics Vine. So I got thinking about this, and I have been over the past 5 years or so been thinking about comics in such a narrow way that it can't be beneficial. It just can't be. So the more I got thinking about it, because before it was, well, I have YouTube and I have crowdfunding, and that's just the way that it is, and you move forward that way, and you're going to live and die by it. But in hindsight, it's kind of ridiculous, especially with the way that crowdfunding has been unpredictable all around. But I started getting out and looking, what do normal people, normies that want to see a book, like, let's say that they saw an advertisement pop up for something that I wrote, where are they going to look? Well, I used to go to Comic Vine. I realized not everyone does that, but if you want to do a quick search, you can see that there's stuff on Comic Vine. So I actually do have a page on here. This person, Pika Hyper, created it. There's only 2 issues here of Downcast, and so I'm not sure why it stops there, but I want to add more. Clearly, I want to add a picture here and all that jazz, so that I just have presence. I did go in and suggest some edits and added, birthday, things like that, town, website, and they did accept my changes. It looks like I tried this last night, so it didn't take long, but I'm updated here on Comic Vine as far as the general information goes. There's a lot more publications to put in here. The other thing too, though, I was wondering, do they need to have publications that have been or have distribution through Diamond in order for it to count. It seems a little crazy to me to go that route. Technically, none of Downcast has been distributed through Diamond, but as far as I know, that the first issue should have been probably at least sent to previews. I think I could be wrong, but anyway, all these little indie books, they matter, and this is in part building your portfolio of, just your works, creative works that you've done, and having those posted online. Does it matter? I think that it does. In the big picture, it does. So I want to add them, and if not here, I thought also on sweetcomicshop.com, I want to add a creator section and have, my own stuff, but I want to have everybody else. I want to have Eric Weathers having credit here, have a little spotlight, because all of that helps, have a page for Nacho. He's such a big part of the series. Does Nacho have a, let's just look him up. I'm going to see. Ignacio Lazaro. Okay. They got him here on Downcast. Also, 23rd Century Dreamers. He's done more than that, I know for certain, because he's got this comic series that looks really cool. It's not in English. It's called Manta, and he did art on that, and it looks awesome too. But my point is, not just done a lot of issues of drawing. He should get some recognition for it. So I met the writer years ago at my local comic shop before he left the comic scene. Super cool guy. Nathan Edmondson, I take it. I've seen interviews by him, and I the most that I saw, people had these weird accusations that he was just a bad person. And the only specific thing I saw was that he was conservative. Literally, if you look out and find articles, that's what was said about him. And that's annoying how that's the comic industry. If you don't like somebody, you can just spread rumors to destroy their reputation publicly, and they don't get work anymore. What options does he have? It's crazy to me. Andy, hey brother, glad to see you streaming. How's the book binding vids going? Good. I'm working on editing one together to just sort of explain it, but I want to do so much more with bookbinding, and I do. We talked about me trying some of my own, so I think that would be pretty fun to do. I don't know if this is it. I don't want to start off on this series to try it, but I've got definitely full runs of series or mini series, but I don't care about. And if I destroy those books, it wouldn't matter. So it would be pretty fun to actually try it. Instagram Reels gain a lot of foot traffic too from normies. Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up. So I'm pulling up here. It's still on YouTube, but these YouTube shorts, I keep getting recommended shorts like this. Not necessarily from this guy. This is Andrew Russo, but his format for video, I think I'm just gonna go ahead and turn off the volume anyway so you can see. But what he's doing is just a skit. He's talking back and forth to himself. And when I look at that, it's super short, super simple. He's clearly writing the dialogue or planning it out. And he's a funny person. But I don't know. I'm not the target demographic, I guess, for this, but this video format works. I was talking to somebody who knows a heck of a lot more about TikTok than I do, and she was explaining to me what kinds of TikTok ads work the best for interaction and getting people interested in sending traffic to a place. And she actually launched a business about a month and a half ago. She's got last I talked to her, over $150,000 in sales, and they're for dresses, but the principles apply. So it was interesting to me. I'm not saying I want to get into TikTok, but I think that there's a format like this that could work for comics and have a little bit more mass appeal. I want to try it. I'll admit though, I don't really like acting. I think most of the people that do this kind of stuff like it, and they kind of picture themselves as a comedian or an actor. I don't. I consider myself a writer, but it would be kind of fun, and I've done it in the past. You've all been victim to that, of me writing little scripts that little skits essentially with scripts. But something like this, it could be 30 seconds long or less, and just explain interaction in comics. Like I thought you could do one on portfolio reviews when you're asking for portfolios and what that would look like. And this format would just be a lot easier to do than even the edited format that I did before. So I actually really like this concept for comics for normies. Because the other thing too is live streams are fun, but I think most people, I will admit, as soon as I heard about your boy Zach and everything, I wanted to know what was going on. And what did I have to do? I had to sit through a Nick Rekieta live stream that was 2.5 hours, 3 hours long. I'm trying to skim through it to find. I just wanted to know what happened. I wanted to know the details. But that's all the information that was out there. There wasn't any short, digestible format. I'm sure there is now, but at the time, that's how it was. Short, digestible. It's moving even more towards short. So my point is, I've had a very narrow idea of how you got to do 10-minute videos. This is how YouTube works. The fact of the matter is that YouTube is changing. And that's because I think people are changing, or they're becoming accustomed to a different kind of format. So this is on my list of possible formats that could work. And I think you could find humor in so many things with comics, whether you're a fan, creator, anything like that, but just giving like a little window of insight into, hey, this is how comics work. So I don't know. I wanna try that. I'll have to embarrass myself a little bit, but I think it'll be good. So yeah, Instagram Reels. That's the nice thing too, is that this translates to Instagram. It translates to TikTok. I understand the engagement, it works different on these different platforms, but there's something about it. Okay, Eric Weathers says Comic Vine has a fraction of the work I've done. I forgot this place existed. You're not alone, and I know people. You could argue. Let's look up, Eric. You could argue that Comics Vine is dead, but however, it's still it's crosslink. It's a backlink. It still sends people to your site and lets people know that you exist. You're probably not getting a lot of traffic there, but again, if it's to look like a professional, that's look up Kenneth Rocafort on here. He's got so much credit to his name on Comic Vine. He's been around a long time, but I think it'd be worth it. So Eric, I'll edit stuff for you. Tell me what you need on there, and I'll put it on, and hopefully I'll give you some more. I don't know how Comic Vine works. It's like a Wikipedia, but yeah, I can help out too. All right, Eric Weathers. There, hey, you at least have a picture. That's not too bad. 18 issues. I know you've done more than that. Red Rooster's here. That's interesting. And that might be the route to go, is just input books and add creators to those books to give everybody credit at the same time. But yeah, this should be a lot more issues, especially if we're going single issue route. Dracula, Fatal, all these are books that have been published. So yeah, good stuff. Yeah, you're doing better than I am so far. What are your images here? You should have went with this one. You look like you're 20 years younger in this image. I love it. Very cool. All right. Sup rumors. Bookbinding. Much better topic. Resident antagonist. I agree 100%. I keep thinking there are ways to enjoy comics. I really enjoy comics. I love comics. What are some ways I can have fun with it? Bookbinding right now, I'm feeling it. I think that's fun. I think there's some room in YouTube again. I won't beat that horse to death, but Andy A, it's a lot of fun. I enjoy doing it. Yeah, I gotta try my own. I'll be bleeding, I'm sure. We need more of those skits. Yeah. You rarely stream, Clint. I know. It is what it is. But I think maybe if I try some short things like this, low commitment, I I don't know. We'll see. It'd be fun. I'd get more content out there. They're short, they're fun. I can be creative, and that way I stay in touch too. But I think a weekly live stream is still kind of what I'm aiming for. So, but I want to see Clint and Dan Fan acting out the cringiest script ever written together. I wonder if I could get Dan Fan to be in a skit with me. I probably maybe Dan Fan's done some bangers. I've seen some funny ones. Hominus Nocturna. Hello, welcome. Good to see you too. We got Dark Gift Comics Presents. What's up? What's up, peeps? Welcome. Yeah, so that was the next one. Let's check in on Downcast Volume 4 Hunting Ground. I'm going to post the link here. And we have 160 backers right here on the back end, or on the front end. The reality is you're actually not seeing the total number of backers, but it's not a bad place to be. I wasn't really sure what to expect with launching on my own site, but let me just show you the lay of the land in case you don't know. So you go here to sweetcomicshop.com. You can back the campaign right here. I've got this link that says pre-order at the top. I'm going to go ahead and click there, and you'll have access to everything that is available in the campaign. So if you want to get yourself a sketch cover or a sketch card, this is where you'll do that. This is the main campaign. You can get into there and check that out as well. And we also still have that original artwork by Matt Weldon here as well. So in the campaign, few things. I should show the trailer if that's what we should do. I've got to share the audio. Hold on one moment. And I really hope there's no echo. Share tab audio. Share system audio. I'll be quiet. We'll play this.
Every waking moment. Jax and Monstro are hunting for your friends. It's just a matter of time before all those supposed gods are all dead. But you don't really care about them, do you, Carver? Don't ask me why I'm here. Why I came for you instead of them. I ask the questions now, because I need to know. What are you hiding? And what's on the other side of that window? My home has become a hunting ground.
There it is. I hope there was no echoing. I'm going to stop sharing and reshare just because I get nervous about the echoes. All right. So that is, let me try it that way. There we go. That is the trailer. If you hadn't seen it yet, we are still funding. It says 10 days left here. The funny thing is does it matter at this point? Like how many days there are left? We're in production on the book. It is coming. I'm looking forward to it. I've got Damien doing colors right now on Eric's story. Eric's story is completely done. Nacho is working on the last chapter. I'm actually tuning up the script for that last chapter as well. And so we're making really good progress on it. So I am very, very excited for people to get this book and read it, because I expect that a lot of people are really going to like it, especially if you've been enjoying Downcast so far. This is the biggest Downcast volume yet. And in my opinion, the most exciting. It might just, every new one's exciting to me, I guess, maybe because it's new, but it really is fun to get this deep into the story. So do check that out. I'm going to post the link one more time, and then we'll kind of move on to the next topic, but posted. All right. Roland's here. What did I miss? Everything, but we're happy you're here, Roland. Hail Clint and the chat. Hail all. Hello, welcome. Resident Tangus, I get paid tomorrow night. I'm gonna buy that thing as soon as my check hits the bank. Thank you. Really appreciate your support of Downcast. I really, really do. If it doesn't matter, why keep the countdown? I don't know. That's a good question. I really don't I don't know. It's interesting on your own website. It just is there, but I think we've just been used to um, crowdfunding campaigns, And if it would be one thing if it was like I was on the fence about making the book, or I needed to hit a certain number to make it. I'm already making the book. Like the book's mostly made, so that's why I say it doesn't matter so much. Metal Movies and Brewskis Ale chat. Welcome. Everyone's saying hi. Got to have some sort of early bird incentive. Yeah, and there was early bird incentive for sure. Like in the email that went out, there was. The nice thing is I can also add, I can add other things. But here's the thing with this particular campaign is you can actually, let's just say I add this to the cart. I'm gonna add that to cart. Okay, so what happens here is at the bottom of the screen, you have this little Sweetcast gift box. And if I click on that, it's telling me that I can get free shipping if I spend $55 more. I can't remember exactly. It was like 70 or I don't know. I'll figure it out. There's a free shipping, but there's also one discounted product in the cart. So it'll give you these little things. There's a free gift actually too. It should be a trading card set. I don't want to get into this. I don't want to dox myself. Is that gonna show anything bad? This is just for one book. Let me add something substantial just so that, here we go. We're gonna get both books. We're gonna get a T, and we're gonna get new readers. I'm only doing this just so you can see the whole thing. All right. Now I'm gonna view my cart, and let me check my gift. There we go. So this is a free gift right here. This Downcast Hunting Ground trading card pack, and that should be added to my cart as I check out. I'm not going to check out right now because I don't want to show you like all my information. I'm afraid of that going. But the point is you get that free trading card pack, and that's sort of the incentive to back the campaign now, as opposed to waiting for the days, the time to tick away. So that's the point. Hope that made sense. Let's see. It's comforting, plus it gives a sense of urgency to entice backers. Yeah, the urgency matters, I think. Just last week I lent Downcast 1 and 2 to a coworker. She loved the colors and lighting of the art. Awesome. That's praise for Damien on 1 and 2. He does such a good job with lighting, in particular, like dark lighting, nighttime stuff like that. I really like his work. A period of time excludes those backers before the countdown hits 0. Yeah, and that's, the weird thing is I'm getting backers still for Fatal, and they'll come in and the campaign is already shipped. I don't feel a lot of urgency to ship those out because the people that have waited so long to get Fatal, I just trying to prioritize them. It's not that I'm not going to ship those other ones out, but backing it before I go to print matters a lot. So yeah. Add to cart. There we go. Why would you have the buying info on your own website? I don't know. I'm just afraid to go check out. It's just like right here. It's just like a shop out cart, checkout cart anywhere in Shopify. So I just get nervous. That's all. Anyway, I want to actually shift over here a little bit and look at Bancroft, specifically on Kickstarter, because I thought this was interesting. Was it last night? He launched a campaign on Kickstarter, and I'm interested to look at it and talk about it. So that's what we're going to do. So I missed Downcast 3. It's on here, or do you have it on your own site for sale? Same thing. So this is my own site. So if you want to get Downcast 4, this is the way I would do it. So if you're going to go with the Eric Weathers cover, because he's here in the chat, t-shirt, book add-ons, you can do Downcast Volume 3. So what this will do, and it'll update the picture for you. So that way you're getting Downcast 3 and 4. So if you already got 1 and 2, this will catch you up with 3 and 4. And they'll ship at the same time. So you'll save on shipping if you go this route. Or you can just check out separately. I've got to suss through all those. But really this is a pre-launch page, or pre-launch site. Right now that's how it's functioning. So that's probably what I would do, honestly. Add those two together. add them to your cart, check out, and you will be caught up. Hey, is that a Detroit Tigers hat like Magnum? Yeah. So I have a little bit of history with Detroit. Um, I actually went back this last week. The first time I went to Detroit in 18 years, and it was just kind of crazy how much it changed. When I lived in Detroit, Detroit was a very different place, and it's still, it's a city, and there's a big difference, but it was like dangerous when I was there 18 years ago, and things have cleaned up a lot. I know they say it's gentrification. I kept hearing people say that. Like, it's nice. I feel safe here. So I went back. I had to get a Detroit Tigers hat. Uh, yeah, I haven't had one for such a long time. It was time to get one. So, yep, I do have 3 on the site. I'm here because I care. That's why we love Eric. How long is going to be available, man? Um, so right now it's still available on Indiegogo. I don't have plans to close it anytime soon, partially just because there are still people waiting on the Charlie Snogans head sketch to get their books. And so because I'm still in the process of getting those back from Charlie to ship out, I still have the campaign open. So I don't have an answer for that, but Fatal is also available on my own website here if you want to back it. You can get it there. So either way is fine. Yeah, that's probably what I would do. All right. Tulls 75 for $5.55. Thank you so much. I got 2 of the drawn in for Hunting Ground. Do you know when you'll need the picks? I will shoot an email out, but honestly, if you have a picture ready and you just want to make sure you're good, you can send it anytime. My email is sweetcastclint@gmail.com. And yeah, you can go ahead and send that. I haven't requested those yet. That's actually the part of the script that I'm kind of massaging a little to figure out how we want people drawn into a particular section. But yeah, you can go ahead and send those pictures over anytime, but I will ask for them. So don't stress out about it. I won't forget you. But thank you. I really appreciate it, and thank you for the super chat. Detroit is no longer a demilitarized war zone. I guess they got rid of all those undesirables. It's not. I don't know. They have police presence. When I was there before, there was like no. There just wasn't police presence, or you didn't see it. There was no visible police presence. Um, I I saw shootings like in action, and I don't know. It was kind of nutty. It's this Clint's first super chat in a long time. Maybe if I live streamed more, I'd get them. But yeah, it's been a while. So all right, we're gonna go over here. So I'm looking at Kickstarter because everyone and their mother is trying this, and I did not want to be the first one to make the plunge, and I'm by no means the first one, but um, there was an interesting experiment that Tyler from Draw and Talk did, and that was launching a Kickstarter campaign without telling anybody, just to see, hey, what can this as a platform do? And I don't think that Kickstarter is going to change anybody's life by reposting on Kickstarter, but you can see here 31 backers, $870 US. Right now, Bancroft is getting backers, and there it could be some people are just voting that, hey, they want more choice, more freedom, and so that's what they're doing. I don't know, but frankly, it doesn't matter. You're going to be picking up some other people here, and that is, I think, the professional thing to do is just try and get your stuff out. It always surprises me, and I haven't heard this argument articulated much, but what's interesting to me is that when when SJW seem to come over and take over a hobby and demand it cater to them, and they have space, and I've heard of this in other kinds of hobbies like D&D or wherever it might be, they enter and then they demand that they have space or that they're respected, that their values are recognized. And the reaction is fine. I will leave then. I'm going to do my own thing. But the more I got thinking about it, it's almost counterproductive. You should also do the same. Like say, I demand also to be on this platform and be accommodated. I get that that's not for everybody. And I'm definitely not telling people to go to Kickstarter and back. And I don't even have a campaign up on Kickstarter, frankly. But it's inevitable. It's just happening. And so it's interesting to see as all of these other creators start going to Kickstarter and to see them reaching new backers. How many of these are new backers of those 31, and how many are the 31 people in his chat? I do not know. But, inevitably you're going to have people at least to see your stuff. And again, that's the same argument in my mind for Comic Vine and anything else, YouTube, shorts, all of that. This is all, equates to the same thing. Roland says, I was in the middle of a shootout last year. I was off to the side of the shootout. I was not in the middle. I'm glad that you're safe. You're okay because you're here to tell the tale. That's cool, Clint. I'm just going to pick up your books from your site when I can. Appreciate that. Thank you. Amy's Birdhouse, thank you for $1.99. Appreciate that. Finally back, Downcast Volume 4, Order 1183. Thank you, Amy. Really appreciate your support. Yeah, I keep thinking I want to get back out to Plastic City Comic Con. We'll see. I don't know if I'll make it this year or not, but maybe the next year. Yeah, that does suck. My first your first super chat. I love it. Thank you. Appreciate it. Get another one so Keith can have his own copy. I like your thinking. Love it. Yeah, stop using that term, that unintelligent short undermines your observations. What's shorthand? What's the shorthand? I don't know. You got to tell me. We share. Yeah, everyone's sharing. Okay. All right. I'm caught up. I'm not ignoring the chat. Anyway, so yeah, this is interesting to see what did he do different. He's got the book here, and I think this is the first one. So this is my approach. Okay. This is how I would approach Kickstarter. One, in that the point is that now you're having, allegedly, you're starting from scratch. You're trying to build a reputation on a new platform. You're probably going to have some people that see it and they want to reback or whatever. For the first, they know about you. They're going to go over there and check it out, perhaps. Oh, yeah. SJW is antiquated shorthand. Yeah. I mean, it's people just know what I'm talking about. But I think you know what I mean. People going into a hobby and demand that it caters to their values or that it changes. The problem is that you should also do the same. I was thinking, again, The Punisher. There's a book, there's a character that appeals to, whatever, a certain type of person, law enforcement, all the people now that they decided that they don't like, vets and law enforcement, and et cetera, et cetera. And I would argue a lot of just regular people that like, awesome books, espionage, vigilantism, all that kind of stuff. So like demanding, hey, we want more of this. We like this. We want this product. Showing the demand, I think, is the point. So radical ideologues. Hey, I agree with that too. And in fact, that's more accurate. I would agree. So, all right, my approach, this is what it would be. It would be to say, I'm going to launch first on Indiegogo. I'm just going to go here, my whole catalog actually. And it'd be going first and saying, I'm going to launch. Oh, see, I've got pop-ups now. It wants me to check out this book right here, Downcast Collection 1. This is the reprint that includes 1 and 2. And I have a lot of these. So that's the point. But this book right here is what I would launch on Kickstarter first, perhaps, or Dracula first, or something like that. I'd put out one book, get whatever, 10 backers, 5 backers, it doesn't matter. ship those books out when the campaign's over, people are happy, and then you launch the next book. And then hopefully you're actually working to build on that platform. The one thing I have going for me is that I have a lot of books. Like I've done, well, this is my 6th book that I'm launching. And so I do have a lot of books to put out there. So it's something that I could take advantage of, and that is do smaller campaigns, launch more of them, and just sort of demonstrate to people that I can make the books I say I'm going to, I can ship them out. That's a thought. Resident Antagonist says, it communicates, I recently got back to the office from work from home and was very surprised that woke and SJW has become common verbiage. Woke, I think I hear more now. I hear that a lot. Do Downcast off all of your other books as add-ons? Yeah, I mean, I've thought about that. I could do Downcast 4 and just have all the other books so people can catch up. The one thing is I feel like I've missed out on that, hey, cadence of new books coming out. And my thought is maybe you build an audience that way. I could be wrong. You'd probably, Eric, you're going your direction. You probably just raise more in one go because there are add-ons that people can get. But I don't know. Right now it's a theoretical. Again, I don't even have a campaign put together. If you have the stock. Oh, I have stock. I got books. I mean, not insane numbers of books, but I'm not really expecting to sell that much. Give it a distinct title like special edition or deluxe edition. Yeah, and that's, I mean, truly, I'll tell you a little story. 2 years ago, when I had to go back to print because I had launched Downcast 3. I shipped, I had sold out on Downcast 1s, and I had sold out on not all of Downcast 2, but a significant number of Downcast 2. I still have some left. And in fact, right now you can see that I have literal one copy of this, I think. This volume 1 here, and that's just because I found a couple of each. Anyway, Downcast Volume 2, the Kelsey Shannon cover, doesn't exist. I don't even know. I think I've screwed up, and I don't even have one myself, which is awful. So I might be looking to eBay to try and get one because I gotta have one of each. But these sold out, so I was confronted with what do I do here? For most of that graphic novel buying audience, I felt like I needed a graphic novel, so I reprinted it. I actually corrected a couple mistakes that happen, in your first publications. Nothing massive to even notice, but then I put this out as a collection, and this is actually 120 pages, I think, total, with all the extras and everything. So this is more of a size of a book that people are accustomed to. Again, normies that go to a comic book shop or you buy a graphic novel on Amazon. This is the length that people expect it to be rather than a crowdfunded version. Anyway, so I decided, well, I'll print it, and what I'm going to do is launch it on Kickstarter. That was 2 years ago. And I decided not to. And so I spent like too much of the profit on Downcast 3 printing this book that, yes, I have sold a number of copies on them, but I was preparing to do some kind of a push and a launch because this is different enough. It's a variant cover. It's a collection that it would have worked for Kickstarter, I thought, in a good way. The nice thing is all you really have to do is add a trading card or a bookmark or something, and it's fine anyway. But plus you have 20,000 bookmarks. Oh, I've got bookmarks. Yeah, those I can give out. I even thought with trading cards, and maybe it's a little sneaky, but I have a back catalog of, I can't even really show you, but I've got all of my stuff in this room. This is like my whole business in here. And I know it kind of looks like a mess, but I've got things organized. I got paper plate, the shipping materials, all that here. And I actually have trading cards on this table over here. And so I think I could totally launch a campaign and say, hey, what you're getting is this unique trading card. It's a trading card you haven't seen printed on another campaign. You may or may not already have those, but I think, at face value anyway, it would be different enough to just post that on Kickstarter and just say, hey, you get this trading card. And because of that particular package is different, you're getting a specific trading card that you didn't get the same way through the other campaign, I think it would work pretty easy. There's honestly, there just isn't a downside. And yeah, getting rid of those bookmarks would be nice too. Downcast Collection 1, which is 1 and 2, Downcast Collection 2, which would be 3 and 4. Yeah, again, that was in a perfect world 2 years ago. That was exactly my plan, so that I could do larger collected editions through Downcast or through Kickstarter. Right now, the way that things are looking, I don't have the funds. I'd have to raise enough funds to finish 4, but then also do a reprint that collects 2, 3, and 4. I just don't think that's gonna happen. Well, where I'm sitting right now, it's not gonna happen. So, but I could do Downcast Collection 1 that has 1 and 2. Then I could launch Downcast 3 so that they're caught up, and then I think it's all in the messaging. I'd say it's 1 and 2. Here's volume 3, and then here's volume 4, and just sort of have like a tiered system. Look at How to Think When You Draw. They have the same add-ons every campaign. They're on their 6th now. Okay. Actually, let's look it up right now. What's it called? How to Think Draw. All right. This is the campaign. Holy. That's that's a lot of numbers. 3 days left on this campaign. 6,205 backers. Wow. They're approaching $1 million. I don't know if they'll hit it in 3 days, but wow. So they have a lot of add-ons. It's a how-to book. Wow, I'm just stunned at how much wow. Yeah, it's pretty cool. But see, they're sort of snowballing. And that's, I think, maybe that would be the benefit of starting small, like to the common audience on Kickstarter. If you're starting off with, hey, here's a collection 1 and 2, here's number 3. As far as they're concerned, these books are just coming out new. And so you add add-ons as you go. I could be very wrong. I don't know, but yeah, that's impressive. That's a big number. I might have an extra Kelsey Shannon cover for you. Maybe we could trade or something. That would be awesome. Have you actually ordered anything yet to see what's the shipping quantity is like? I have not ordered any Downcast 4 stuff. But yeah, everything on the website here other than Downcast 4, I already have all of this in stock. It already exists. So that's, yeah, I thought, why not? It's sitting here. And again, these first print stuff, these were such small print runs, relatively speaking, that they're gone. There's like literally 1 copy of this left, but these are gone. Downcast 3, there's enough to support this next campaign. Essentially, there's not a ton, but there's enough that I'm not worried. Like it's fine. But after this campaign goes, again, things will move. This is hard. Figuring out all the quantities that you'll need. We will not tolerate mistakes. What about the extra "the" in Downcast 3? Did I do something? Oh, yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. You're talking about, so there's like a title page or separation page. I don't know if it's "the," but I gotta think about that. Yeah, when things reprint, I just have that benefit, especially when we were going to Alterna 2 first. So I would correct, and hasn't been a lot, but it's literally like, there's one thing that's wrong in here. There's one thing that's wrong in here. There's one thing that's wrong in here. It's so frustrating. Most people, I don't think, notice it, but by the time it gets here, it's gone because I have seen it. So an extra "the" unforgivable. I'm your opponent now. Isn't calling your office your workspace advantageous for tax reasons. Yeah. Yeah. And it totally is. Yep. Did someone say bookmarks? Aldous, welcome. Uh, bookmarks or stickers. I don't have a lot of stickers, but I've got a lot of bookmarks. Uh, nah, I saw. I do you mean say? I say do collection one. Use that to fulfill, and any extra can move forward into collection two. Those funds together can print and ship. Anyway, have your backlog as add-ons. Yeah, by the time that I got there, it could be reasonable. Like what you're especially if I say, "Hey, it's Halloween time. I'm doing Clint Stoker's Dracula." I ordered those books before I went to um before I no, I went to print before I knew how many books had been ordered, and so I over ordered by a lot. So I have a ton of those books, and again, just throwing those on Kickstarter, I might as well. Over 6K backers. I know it's insane. I'm way behind on the chat, guys. Sorry. Yeah, how-to books sell like crazy. I wonder if you did a how-to lettering book, how would that would sell? That's got to be. I mean, preparing that and everything would be maybe a lot of work, but it could be worth it. Perhaps you have enough artwork in existence. I bet you could get enough creators. Like if you wanted a variety of artwork or pages or specific pages that you've already worked on, I'll tell you right now, Eric, if you want to use any of pages from any of my books, you could for like a how-to lettering, and just to show how you did something. But I'm guaranteed there'd be a lot of other creators that would just sign the rights to do that as well. So that could be lucrative. I don't know. Maybe these how-to guys are doing a lot of money there. I'm honestly kind of shocked. Let's see. Cater to the aspiring artist crowd and you'll never go hungry. Yeah, it's in comics it's like there are just as many people that want to make comics that are buying comics. If you're buying comics, it's because you want to make comics. So you're almost selling to the same exact audience. So it's kind of funny. I'll trade you my Shannon cover for custom bound cover. Seems fair. A custom bound cover. What would that That's an interesting thought. I don't know. I would have to think about how that would look. Would it be reprinting, so it'd be a hardcover? I have to think about that. How to Letter Volume 1 by Eric Weathers. Yeah. And then you're selling your services because people see, yes, lettering is important. There's an art to it. And I don't want to do that. So I'll just hire Eric to do it. Your dyslexia is getting to you. I mentioned checking the shipping quality, not quantity. I'm so sorry, Roland. I have this thing reading in public ever since I was a kid. Even when I would get called on to read in classroom, I would get this extreme anxiety and struggle. I can read in my head okay, but yeah, reading out loud is, I don't know, there's something about it. Yeah, you need an assistant. So, I mean, a lot of it would be pre-press, putting it all together, but I bet you could outline it and, to figure out the contents of the book, you could probably do an outline and, I don't know, at least get an idea of how long it would take you to do it, I guess. Very cool. Sorry, I'm just catching up. Even back in the 90s, people who were into comics enough to go on comic book message boards wanted to make comics. Yeah. And I think I have a theory that the normie comic buying audience is just sort of checking in and checking out frequently. I don't know how frequently, but when they're interested and there's something that people are talking about, they'll jump in and get a book. But as a general rule, most people that are consistently buying books, they at least a little bit want to do their own. I even think, what's that YouTube channel? Comics. I know I saw it on here, huh? This guy, Comic Tropes. Comic Tropes. I was interested and surprised to see that he did a Vampirella cover. I'm not surprised that Dynamite approached him, because they literally approach everybody to do a cover, some kind of like crowdfunding campaign that's put on the back of the YouTube creator. But it's just interesting because I don't, did he want to make comics? Did he draw the cover? I don't know, but he went ahead and did it. So I don't know. It's just it's funny to me. But yeah, everybody has at least a little desire to make comics. I'll throw in a Shanu bookmark and a poster. I'll have to think about that. The custom covers are not super cheap. Um, Custom binds, I think there's cheaper ways to do it. But if I'm doing it myself, if I get into trying to do it myself, it wouldn't cost that much. I would have to do some test runs, but that would be interesting because I do have some like damaged. So the covers are damaged of several different copies of Downcast. It would be really interesting to just bind those myself as a experiment, to see how that goes. And I don't know, maybe I could learn how to do it and do very small runs. They would all maybe just ever so slightly be different. And from what I hear, you might have some blood on it too. How to think when you draw books are printed with Mixam? Interesting. Oh, they went ahead and just said that too. They're still getting backers. It's crazy. That's a lot of money for a how to. And I don't buy how to books, but it looks nice. I mean, look at all those pages. The covers look good too. Tutorial books. Well, now I kind of want to buy one too. I like a lot of this art. It's fun. Yeah, they're making a lot of money. I could see you could almost one for one mimic this, Eric. Like the same look and feel of how theirs is, and just kind of rip it off like these bright colors, bright primary colors with sketch some kind of artwork on the front, and it would just be How to Letter Comics. Um, that might go over well. Those look awesome. Look at those pages. You could be doing this. Boom, but boom. So another thing with Kickstarters, they just go on and on needlessly. Like they say a lot that they don't need to, but that's just, I guess, the culture. Also infographics, I think they can be helpful, but it's a book, so I'm not trying to be negative. It's an interesting aspect of Kickstarter that it just goes on and on with infographics. But these are the add-ons, so they clearly know something about what they're doing. Comic Tropes is a friend with Kirkman, right? He's been on one of his proofreaders for 15 years. I did not know that. I knew he had Robert Kirkman on for an interview. He's had a few people, but yeah, I didn't know he was a proofreader. That's kind of crazy. Snuggy Jr., great to see you. Hey, campaign is going well. I might as well go back to it right here so we can see it. We'll check in. We're actually at 162 backers. I've got my pop-ups. That's the beauty of your own website, actually. This little pop-up thing helps too. It increases upsells. I'll say that. But 162 backers here on this end. If also we'll add to that everybody that's purchased a sketch cover, everybody that's being drawn into the book. Lots of other purchases people have made on the website. I actually got a email from Shopify, and they congratulated me, and they're basically offering me a loan. I'm not going to take the loan, but it's interesting because as far as Shopify is concerned, this is now a successful e-commerce site that has done something special. So for what it's worth, it's kind of nice to just see that traffic is going. I see new backers come in every day. It's not like a major, huge dump flash in the pan at once, but backers are coming in every single day, and it's been cool to see it grow. So far so good. I will post a link if you haven't backed it. Please do. support Sweet Comics. We want to keep making awesome comics. Let's see. Just download pirated copies or save low res quality images instead of buying the actual book. There are custom omnibuses. In fact, maybe I can find one. It was kind of amazing. I didn't know this was a thing, but there are people I know, like in the UK at least, but in Russia or other places that are. I'm trying to find it now. They're making custom omnibuses, but they're printing it, so they're not. They're straight up. Here we go. I found one. I'm gonna pull it over here. This is the exact same book. I made a custom bind of this Black Widow run here. This is Nathan Edmondson with Phil Noto on the art. I have a custom bound version of this, and here somebody is selling a custom omnibus. It's actually oversized, so it's the size of a regular Marvel omnibus. I don't know what the dimensions are, a little taller, a little wider. And they have a dust jacket. Look at that. They went so far as to design the front back cover. They went ahead and put a synopsis on the back, what it includes. It's Black Widow Volume 5, 1 through 20. There you go. So the design, this is the cover itself when you take off the dust jacket. Like this is a really well put together book, but this has got to be so illegal because they printed off the pages. These are not the regular comic issues. This is them. Yeah, I mean, they're just running it off. They must have some kind of digital printer, like a quality digital printer, but they're printing off all the interiors. And from what I can tell, it looks pretty great. I've seen some YouTube videos of these as well. So this is just one of the covers for one of the issues, but they use that for, you know, the title page here. There you go. Yeah, each issue, it's pretty crazy. There's the eye. I have one criticism, and that's that this has a square spine, which is not normal for a Marvel omnibus. They have a rounded spine. Does it matter? No, but I'm just saying. I'm just gonna point it out anyway. All in all, though, like that's kind of amazing. And Marvel gets no penny of this, but I think this guy has a business of doing this, and this is a right now currently up for $500. Is somebody going to take it? I don't know, but it's posted. So anyway, I thought that was interesting. This whole world to me is just fascinating. Let's see. I've got horrible anxiety about picking a printer. Luckily, I'm not there yet. A problem for future me. Generally, I've had good experiences with printers, but I've had some bad ones too. So I don't know, man. It can be bad. You kind of just find a good one and stick to them. But I think I'm connected with the one that I like. So if you need a recommendation, let me know. Sensory. Oh, I know. I keep changing screens too. Loans are free money, right? I know. You know that Shopify just wants to. They just want to get you paying them monthly. You know, they want a piece of the action, but. I'm, you know, I wish I could sell this every single month. And it was like launching a new book. I would quit my job. Things would be great. But the reality is it's, you know, it's a crowdfunding campaign. So I gotta find more ways for like regular traffic here. Yes, everyone back Downcast 4. Let's see. I'm so behind. Not too shabby. I approve of the names of the stream. The name of the stream. Yeah, Aldous on the farm just off Orwell Lane. I like it. All right, Brave New World. So there's the campaign. Still, it's still going strong. I've been really happy with this. I've been getting questions about Kickstarter. I have had actually a couple people specifically say that they're holding out to back it on Kickstarter. Which is interesting. I don't think that's necessary, but it'll happen. The question is more about timing and what I think, not what I think, but what my strategy has been is to do more of a tapered approach, staggered approach. And so first come, first serve would be here on the website. But I think launching Kickstarters will help, again, just getting my name out there, get things moving, and hopefully help with getting a little bit of cash flow. That'd be the point. Indiegogo is actually a bigger question for me. I have this campaign built right now to go on Indiegogo. I haven't launched it yet. I've been honestly a little miffed with the fact that they're shadow banning so many creators, that I haven't been in a hurry to do it. But I also don't want to cannibalize my own. I don't know. It's a tricky tightrope walk. At least that's what it feels like. I'll be back again on Kickstarter out of principle. Thank you, Aldous. I appreciate that very much. With all their campaigns, those guys have made nearly 5.5 million US dollars on Kickstarter. That's a lot of money. I would think that they're set to go. Like all they're gonna do is make those books endless. Or I mean, I don't know. Who knows what they'll be doing? That's a lot of money. Appreciate that as well, Snuggy. Thank you guys. That's been the best, honestly. I've heard from a lot of people lately, and it's been cool too because I'll see influxes of backers coming in. I am now encouraged that people can find a website like this just as easily as they can find Indiegogo. Probably not everybody, and I know like the point is to be discoverable, but it is encouraging to see that, hey, I heard you had a book out, whatever, over on this live stream, that live stream. They see it and they're going to come, and it's not hard to find. They're going to find it and back it. So it's been really cool. So appreciate that, guys. All right. I think that probably does it for me on the stream, but appreciate everybody for tuning in. Thanks for watching. I know I jumped around a lot, a lot. But I had fun talking about a variety of things. And so thanks for watching. Really appreciate you. Don't forget to back Downcast Volume 4. I will be making videos, I promise. And I do want to try some of these. I can't do daily, clearly. It's not working for me. But yeah, really appreciate you watching. And I will see you in the next video. So goodbye, everybody.